Why not? This week was just a very chaotic week. Had several closings that got moved around, and just had a lot of things going on, which is why we're just now going live. And we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm not going to give you a new script. Instead, what I've done with the help of Mike is compiled several different conversation strings to see and to give you examples of, okay, they said this, now what, right? So the script worked, but now I don't know what to do, right? So I think you're going to find this, really valuable and helpful, as not only the specific examples I'll show, but just kind of as a framework that you can follow and use in a number of different ways, in a number of different settings and so forth, right? Not just by text, by phone, by email, through Facebook Messenger, through Facebook comments. I mean, there's lots of different applications for this. So we're actually taking the script from last week. What's the one thing stopping you from buying your dream home right now? And giving some examples of what those conversations looked like. And it looks like we've got at least a fair amount of people. Hopefully I'm not just happen to be chatting, and there you popped up. So we have a decent crowd, a couple of you, even though this was completely unannounced and so forth. So give me a like and comment below. Lisa already did, so thank you for that. And the reason why I say that is because the more engagement we get on these, the more people it gets shown to, the way Facebook's algorithm works. And I think this one's going to be really valuable. So, and I'm not going to keep you, we're not going to go too long here unless we've got a lot of questions and so forth. But let's go ahead and look here. So the initial script, as I mentioned, is we took that script that we talked about last week, and we've talked about it numerous times. Last week wasn't the first time by any stretch of the imagination, but the just curious, what's the one thing stopping you from buying your dream home right now? And we've had some interactions here. So for example, one of the replies that we got was my credit score. And our response back was, do you know where your credit score is at? And usually what I'll say is, do you know your credit score right now, approximately, in parentheses? Either way, it's all good. About 620, but a recent late payment in April 2020. Our response was, you could qualify for financing with your score. What area are you looking to purchase in? And then this person said, I was told not until a year for my last late payment. Not sure how true that is. I think we should be able to work around that. What area are you looking to purchase? Again, pulling them back. So you'll notice here, I think it's good practice to get them thinking and dreaming about the thing that they want, right? And it's also important to note that whether in person, on the phone, through text, through email, through Facebook, through Instagram, if someone invests the time to have a conversation with you in whatever form or fashion that happens, they are exponentially more likely to use you when they actually buy or sell real estate, right? So the more you can get them to share their hopes and dreams and even their problems and what they need help with, the more likely it is that they're going to work with you, and you're not going to have to compete for them. They're just gonna let you know when they're ready to do something. We must have missed their reply here. They must have said what area, which is great. Right on. How many beds and baths, single family or townhome, right? And that's straight from the selective sequencing methodology. And it looks like Lisa and Stewart got a lot of engagement from last week. So in this case, and Mike is the one having a lot of these interactions, which is one of the reasons why I brought him back on with me, and he's helping me. He actually put together a link for the person with some example properties, right? Because everybody likes to look at those. And would you be interested in the special financing programs we have available right now? I would. Can you email this? Okay, so that's an example. Here's another one. Money. The reply was simply money. What's the one thing stopping you from buying your dream home right now? Money. And would you be interested in the special financing programs we have available to see if you would qualify, if that would allow you the opportunity to purchase your dream home? What credit score? An alternate way here. Alternate response. We have several no and low money down special financing options. Would you like more info? Okay, that would be another way we could have. What credit score is needed at minimum to qualify? That was the prospect saying that. Minimum score is 620. Do you know where your score is right now? In the mid 600s for at least two of them, and my husband's is in the high 600s. Those scores are good. What area are you looking to purchase in? Okay, so unfortunately there was no reply after that, but that would be another example of how to take an answer and then turn it into a conversation. So finding the right one. Finding the right one. I'd be happy to help. What area are you looking to purchase in? Perry County or Halifax, Millersburg. Right on. How many beds and baths? So here's a list. Now, another alternate would be, would you like me to put together a list of off-market properties that fit your search criteria? Okay. Off-market could be previous expired, withdrawn, temporary off-market. What's the other one? Canceled. Expired, withdrawn, canceled, temporarily off-market. It could be for sale by owners. It could be, one of the things that we do with the Dream Home Buyer Program, and in fact, I'm doing that today for one of my clients, is actually marketing for the type of property they're looking for by direct mail and through social media, right? So again, all of these things are designed to sift and sort out the potential clients that are in your database right now who are more motivated and closer to the finish line, right? To take that invisible sort of audience, right? You've got this database of people, and let's just use, just for example's sake, let's say you've got 100 people in there. Well, in that 100 people, anywhere from 5 to 10 of them would or will do a transaction in the next 30 to 60 days. It's almost, it's almost a certainty. As long as it's a database that you built where they've taken some sort of action that indicates buying or selling intent, right? What you've got to do, your main job, and these texting scripts is one great way to do it, is to get those. The problem is most of you don't know who that 5 to 10 out of the 100 are. So we've got to use these to smoke them out, right? To get them out of their shell and get them to converse with you, right? So I just got a text that we got a deal on one of my listings, so that's cool. None of them was ready right now. I now have them set up on specific recurring drips based on their goals. I got that info from the series of questions as in the selective sequencing scripts. Right on, right on. Dream Home Finder can cure that problem, or at least wet their whistle about it. 100%, 100%. So not a ton in here, but I'll continue to add to this, and I'll put I'll add this URL, the URL to this doc, to the description of this live, but it just gives you an example of how you can continue the conversation with folks, and get them, if nothing else, like what Lisa said, you can create a follow-up plan that is specific for them. A follow-up plan that's specific for them, even if it's just sending them the listings twice a week, but at least it's based upon the criteria that they told you they're interested in, right? Or maybe it's helping them with credit repair, or maybe it's, it's getting them connected with your lending partner. There could be any number of answers. While I'm thinking of it, and this is great, and this is not from me, this is from Andre. A great phrase to use often is your next best steps. So, got it. Thanks for that. At this point, your next best steps are to connect with my lending partner, so-and-so, and let's establish what your buying power is. That was just off the cuff. But again, the key in there, your next best steps, right? You are prescribing to them what to do next, right? And they're going to listen to you in most of the cases if they feel like you're listening to them, right? And even with texting, we're still listening. If we're affirming, that's why we always put in, hey, great, got it, thanks for that. Awesome, terrific, right? You're acknowledging the response and then asking more questions, which shows that you are listening, right? Even though we're not actively listening in the way that we normally think about listening. Okay, so your next best steps. A great phrase to use repeatedly. Any other questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas for the good of the group? Going once, going twice. And again, I apologize that it was so late in the week this week, but better late than never. It was a good, it was a good reason. Lots of good going on, lots of activity. I think I had, I had three closings this week, and one more in escrow, one more in escrow, I think. With the possibility of another. So, I use the phrase next plan of action line. Nice. And immediately send a second text, including my lender's calendar. I love that. Good stuff, Lisa. So, your next plan of action would be to get connected with my lender. You can schedule a time to chat with him or her at this link. I love that. That's a great example of that in action. So your next best steps, alternate next plan of action. Love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thank you for the participation, Lisa and Stuart. And I'm glad that you were able to hop on and the timing worked out. For that. As always, folks, if you have any questions, if there's anything at all I can do to help or support you, you can call or text me, email me, send me a private message, comment below. I will do my best to get back with you. If you have any suggestions for things that you're struggling with, or what you need help with, whether it relates to these scripts and these templates that we talk about, or anything for that matter, please just let me know. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you next week.